Tara Westover's Educated is a powerful memoir about her journey from growing up in an isolated, survivalist family in rural Idaho to earning a Ph.D. from Cambridge University. The book explores themes of education, self-discovery, family loyalty, and the struggle between personal freedom and deeply ingrained beliefs. It is a testament to the power of knowledge and the resilience of the human spirit. Westover was born into a strict, survivalist Mormon family led by her father, Gene, a pseudonym. Her father was deeply suspicious of the government, public education, and modern medicine, believing that the world was heading toward the end of days. As a result, Tara and her 6 siblings were raised without birth certificates, formal schooling, or medical care. Their mother, Faye, worked as an unlicensed midwife and later became an herbalist, treating injuries and illnesses with homemade remedies. The children spent their days either helping their father in his dangerous scrap metal business or assisting their mother in her alternative medicine practice. Accidents were common, and injuries were often severe, yet the family refused to seek medical help, relying instead on Faye's herbal treatments. Tara's childhood was marked by physical hardship and a growing awareness of her family's deep distrust of the outside world. Despite never attending school, Tara was curious about learning. Her older brother Tyler, who secretly studied and left home for college, inspired her to pursue an education. However, her father discouraged any form of formal learning, believing it would corrupt her. Nevertheless, Tara secretly taught herself basic subjects and, with the help of Tyler, began preparing for the ACT, a standardized test required for college admission. At 17, Tara defied her father's wishes and enrolled at Brigham Young University, BYU. It was a shocking transition. She had never heard of the Holocaust, thought Europe was a country, and was unfamiliar with basic hygiene and social norms. Her ignorance led to feelings of shame, but she worked tirelessly to catch up. A professor recognized her intelligence and encouraged her to apply for a study abroad program at Cambridge University. During her time at Cambridge, Tara's world expanded. She was mentored by renowned historian Jonathan Steinberg, who recognized her potential and helped her believe in her intellectual abilities. She later earned a Gates Scholarship to study at Harvard University before returning to Cambridge for her Ph.D. Despite her academic success, Tara struggled with feelings of guilt and betrayal toward her family. Her education created an unbridgeable gap between her and her parents. Her father viewed her pursuit of knowledge as a rejection of his beliefs, and her mother, though initially more understanding, ultimately sided with her father. Tara's relationship with her brother Sean, another pseudonym, also played a crucial role in her internal conflict. Sean was physically and emotionally abusive, yet the family refused to acknowledge his violence. When Tara spoke out, she was accused of lying and turning against her family. The emotional toll of being ostracized by her parents was devastating. Tara grappled with depression, self-doubt, and a deep sense of loss. She questioned her own memories and struggled with the psychological effects of growing up in an environment where truth was constantly distorted. However, she eventually accepted that she could not change her family's beliefs and had to choose her own path. Over time, Tara found strength in her education and the new life she had built. She came to understand that knowledge had given her the power to see the world beyond the limitations of her upbringing. Her memoir is not just about acquiring an education but about redefining herself and breaking free from the constraints of her past. Educated is a deeply moving story about the power of self-transformation. It highlights the sacrifices required to pursue personal truth and the painful reality that growth often means leaving people behind. Tara Westover's journey from isolation to academia is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the liberating power of knowledge. The Rosie Project is a heartwarming and humorous novel that follows Don Tillman, a brilliant but socially awkward genetics professor, on his unconventional journey to find love. With a mind that operates on logic, precision, and scientific methodology, Don embarks on what he calls the Wife Project, a meticulously designed system to find the perfect partner through a highly detailed questionnaire. However, his plans are turned upside down when he meets Rosie Jarman, a spontaneous and free-spirited bartender who is everything he is not. Don Tillman is an extremely intelligent man, but he struggles with social interactions and emotional connections, exhibiting characteristics that suggest he may be on the autism spectrum, though it is never explicitly stated. Because of his difficulties in forming relationships, Don creates a rigorous and scientific questionnaire to filter out potential romantic partners who do not meet his strict criteria. His ideal woman must be punctual, logical, and share his structured lifestyle, qualities that seem essential for compatibility in his eyes. Despite his careful planning, Don's search for a wife is fruitless until his best friend, Jean, and Jean's wife, Claudia, introduce him to Rosie Jarman. Rosie is the complete opposite of what Don is looking for. She is impulsive, unpredictable, and emotional. She smokes, drinks, and works as a bartender while pursuing a career in psychology. Although Don immediately rules her out as a potential wife, he finds himself intrigued by her quest to identify her biological father, an effort she calls the Father Project. Drawn to the scientific challenge of using genetic testing to solve the mystery of Rosie's parentage, Don shifts his focus from the Wife Project to the Father Project. The two embark on a series of adventures that take them across the country and into a variety of humorous and unexpected situations. As Don helps Rosie search for her father, he begins to experience emotions he has never fully understood: affection, jealousy, and the thrill of spontaneity. Through their time together, Don starts to break free from his rigid routines. He steps outside of his comfort zone, adapting to new situations, and learning to navigate human emotions in a way he never had before. Rosie challenges his preconceived notions about love and compatibility, showing him that sometimes the best relationships are not based on logic but on connection and acceptance. As Don grows closer to Rosie, he begins to question his strict scientific approach to life. He realizes that while his questionnaire may identify a theoretically perfect match, it cannot measure chemistry, emotions, or the way a person makes him feel. Rosie, in turn, begins to see Don not as a project to be fixed, but as someone she genuinely cares about for who he is. When Rosie finally discovers the truth about her father, she is faced with emotional turmoil, and Don, despite his usual difficulty with emotions, finds himself wanting to be there for her. However, his logical mind initially struggles to express this in a way that Rosie understands. Their relationship reaches a turning point when Don realizes that love is not about finding someone who meets a checklist but about finding someone who makes life more meaningful. Determined to change for Rosie, Don makes a grand gesture, one that is completely uncharacteristic of his usual behavior. He learns to express his feelings, embrace uncertainty, and acknowledge that love cannot always be explained through logic. His transformation is not about changing who he is, but about growing and learning to let people in. In the end, Don realizes that Rosie is the person he truly wants to be with, not because she fits into his predefined mold, but because she makes him happy in ways he never expected. Their story is a testament to the idea that love is unpredictable and that sometimes, the best relationships are the ones that defy all expectations. The Rosie Project is a charming and uplifting novel that blends humor, romance, and self-discovery. Through Don's unique perspective, the book explores the complexities of relationships, the beauty of personal growth, and the idea that love often finds us in the most unexpected ways.